Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, what if the moon wasn't there? What if one night, it just vanished? Not just a new moon, but gone completely. It might seem like a simple change, a bit less light at night, but the reality is far more terrifying. The disappearance of our celestial neighbor would trigger a cascade of cataclysmic events, fundamentally reshaping our world and threatening the very existence of life as we know it. So, buckle up, as we journey into a hypothetical world without the moon, a world you'll be thankful is only imaginary. This isn't just about losing a pretty light in the sky, it's about losing a silent guardian that has shaped our planet for billions of years. Let's explore what would happen, second by second, day by day, and century by century, if our moon were to disappear. The very first and most dramatic change would happen along our coastlines. The moon's gravitational pull is the primary force behind our ocean tides. Without it, the familiar rhythm of high and low tide would almost cease. The sun does exert a small tidal force, but it's less than half as powerful. So, the tides wouldn't vanish entirely, but they would shrink to about 1/3 of their current size. This seemingly small change would be an ecological apocalypse. Imagine the world's vast mangrove forests and tidal flats, ecosystems teeming with life that have evolved over millions of years to thrive in this intertidal zone. Suddenly, they are left high and dry, or permanently submerged. The crabs, shellfish, and countless microorganisms that form the base of the coastal food web would perish almost instantly. This would trigger a massive chain reaction, starving the fish and birds that depend on them. The economic fallout would be immediate, devastating fisheries and coastal communities worldwide. But the impact wouldn't stop at the water's edge. As night falls on this moonless world, would be plunged into an unimaginable darkness. Away from city lights, a full moon can be thousands of times brighter than the stars. Without it, every night would be like a new moon night, profoundly dark. This would throw the nocturnal world into chaos. Predators like owls and big cats, who rely on moonlight to hunt, would struggle to find food. Their prey, in turn, might be lulled into a false sense of security, only to find the hunters adapting. But many species wouldn't adapt. The intricate dance of predator and prey, honed over eons under the gentle glow of the moon, would be broken forever. For humans, our ancient connection to the moon, inspiring poetry, guiding sailors, and marking time, would be severed, replaced by an unnerving, perpetual darkness. But the immediate chaos is just the beginning. The most profound and terrifying consequence of the moon's disappearance would unfold over thousands of years, a slow-motion catastrophe that would change the very face of our planet. You see, the moon acts like a gravitational anchor, keeping Earth's tilt stable. Think of our planet like a spinning top. A fast, well-balanced top spins smoothly on its axis. But as it slows down, it starts to wobble. The moon's gravity prevents Earth from wobbling too much. Our planet currently tilts on its axis at a stable 23.5 degrees. This tilt is the reason we have predictable seasons. The northern hemisphere tilts toward the sun in summer and away in winter. Without the moon's stabilizing influence, Earth's axial tilt would begin to drift chaotically. Over tens of thousands of years, the tilt could swing wildly, from nearly 0 degrees, where seasons would disappear entirely, to extreme angles far greater than today's. Imagine a world where the North Pole points directly at the sun for months on end. The Arctic would become a scorching desert, melting the ice caps completely and raising sea levels catastrophically. Then, as the planet's wobble continued, that same region would be plunged into decades of frigid, sunless winter, triggering an extreme ice age. The climate would become a violent pendulum, swinging between unbearable heat and deep freezes. No complex life, certainly not human civilization, could possibly survive such unpredictable and extreme environmental shifts. The stable, predictable seasons that allowed agriculture to flourish and civilization to rise would become a distant memory. Earth would become a planet of climatic chaos, inhospitable and unrecognizable. This isn't science fiction. It's a fate that other planets in our solar system, lacking a large moon, may have already experienced. We owe our relatively stable climate, and perhaps our very existence, to this gravitational anchor. The ripple effects would continue to spread, altering the very rhythm of life and the length of our days. For countless species, the moon is a clock and a compass. Think of sea turtles. They emerge from the ocean to nest on beaches, guided by the moonlight's reflection on the wet sand. Without it, how would they find safe nesting grounds? The mass spawning of corals, a breathtaking spectacle of nature where entire reefs release their eggs and sperm in sync, is timed to the cycles of the moon. Without that cue, their reproductive cycle would be thrown into disarray, threatening the future of our planet's most diverse marine ecosystems. The moon isn't just an external influence. Its rhythm is embedded in the DNA of life itself. And here's a final, mind-bending twist. The moon has been actively slowing down the Earth's rotation for billions of years. The tides, pulled by the moon, create a sort of friction on the planet, acting as a brake. When the moon first formed, a day on Earth was likely only about 6 hours long. Over eons, the moon's pull has slowed us down to the familiar 24-hour day. If the moon vanished, this braking effect would be gone. While other factors would still play a role, the primary force slowing our planet's spin would disappear. What does that mean? Over geological timescales, our days would gradually start to get shorter again. But more immediately, the energy that was being transferred from Earth's rotation to the moon's orbit would have to go somewhere. The entire dynamic of the Earth system would be altered in ways that are difficult to fully predict, but would undoubtedly contribute to the planet's instability. The silent, steady beat of our 24-hour day, a rhythm that governs our sleep, our work, and our very biology, is a direct gift from the moon. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, don't just see a rock. See a guardian. See the anchor that holds our world steady, preventing it from tumbling into climatic chaos. See the clock that sets the rhythm for life in our oceans and the light that guides creatures in the dark. See the cosmic break that gave us our 24-hour day, allowing life to evolve in a stable, predictable world. The moon is not just a beautiful ornament in our sky, it is an essential part of the life support system of planet Earth. Its disappearance would unravel the world we know, triggering a chain of events that would ultimately erase the very conditions that make life, especially complex life, possible. It is our silent partner in the dance of existence, a constant reminder of the delicate, intricate balance that allows us to call this planet home. So tonight, go outside, look up, and appreciate our silent guardian. Thanks for joining us on this journey through a world that thankfully isn't real. If you found this thought experiment as fascinating as we did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the cosmos. And let us know in the comments what other what-if scenarios you'd like us to explore. Until next time, keep looking up.